Hey y'all, Melissa here at Twin Oaks Family Farm. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry on YouTube here. It is June 14th, 2024, and we actually are in our meat bird production barn with a flock of 434 Cornish cross meat chickens. But back at the furthest store there, the east side of our building, we just observed that we have a little problem and we need to complete a chick rescue. So I'm going to take you with me, going to try to rescue some chicks that actually found a teeny tiny opening, and we were aware of it and knew that there was potential that chicks could get out of there, and have just been keeping an eye on it. So we'll have to actually block it up some way, but we've been wanting to have the barn doors open. So as you can see, this is the south side of the building, and we like to have some of these doors open to get great airflow into that building. But we're going to go around to what we consider the back side of the barn. We've got a box that we can put these chicks in, and I'll show you where the opening is that they got out. Oh gosh, and at first I only seen like 4 loose. Oh, so there's more than that. It's going to be a pretty easy fix. Hopefully I can actually manage it with camera in hand, but you'll be able to see here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, possibly 9 baby chickies out. so I think it'll be pretty easy to get them. But this is, so these are doorways. Okay, so that's a large door, and so it's basically a double door opening. So we'll take the opportunity to look at the chickens here. So they are 3 days old. Our total flock is 434 birds. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that have found that little teeny opening. And so see, so this panel here, kind of back up here a little bit. So this panel here is basically just like some hog panel, and or you might call it chicken wire, but it's sturdy, it's substantial. And then there's just a piece of lumber at the top, a piece of lumber at the bottom. So that panel is just fitted in the doorway to make a barrier where in general we're not going to have a lot of problems with things getting in. But when the chicks are tiny, we can have a problem with them getting out of little bitty cracks. So when the chicks get bigger and are more like growing chickens and finishing chickens, we're not going to have that problem. But see, same on this side. When we utilize this side, we've got enough of a gap. That's enough of a gap there, and it's literally like maybe 1.25 inch gap. But when these chickies are babies, they can get out. So it's a good opportunity to show you how small an opening you can lose your chicks through. And then also, you know, if they can get out, maybe something detrimental to them can get in. So again, you know, what we'll do inside then is take some kind of scrap lumber and block that up. But on this side, this is where they've gotten out at. It's just a teeny tiny, okay, so that one's back up there. So they're just utilizing that. So this is actually one of the boxes that our birds got here in. So we don't get anything from our hatchery, but I can show you they came from Mount Healthy Hatchery. That's around Cincinnati, Ohio. This box happened to have 26 in it. We got like, there's one of our dogs on the empty side of the building. But this flock, I'm here with those chicks, so I'll get them if I can, but they will be put into the box and rescued and put back in their appropriate pen here. But this flock of 434 birds, we ordered 425. We received 434 from the hatchery. Got one playing there. It's got a leaf or a feather, and the other ones are chasing it. They're playful when they're small. But we're scheduled for 400 birds at the processor. And I think I have to double check this again. I've said that before, but I think our processing date is July 22nd. The birds were hatched June 12th, 2024. So they're going to be I think we were aiming for 35 days old at processing. So however it falls out, they're around 35 days or maybe a few more of age at processing day. So yeah, we're raising meat birds to 5 weeks. We're going for finish at 5 weeks old, okay? So there's one down in that little crack. It could actually fit in there. This one is just resting. It has been resting the entire time that I've been out here, but aren't they cute? But like at this stage of the game, so we counted them when we moved them in. We got them out of the boxes one at a time, and the count was written on these stickers. So I don't know if I finished that thought. We had 6 boxes of 68, I believe. So those boxes are still sitting there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6 boxes of 68. So the white boxes, that's what the chicks arrived in, came through the United States mail. The yellow crates sitting there behind them, that's making a temporary wall, keeping the flock over there on that side of the building, that's what they'll leave in. So that's what they came in, that's what they'll leave in. So they fit about 68 chicks in those boxes. We'll fit 8 to 10 finished birds in those crates. So the side we're looking at is the top of it when we put birds into it. Gus's. I'm gonna call this our cutest chick video ever when I do finally upload it on YouTube. We're not starting uploads again until the 17th of June. But, so a couple thoughts I was trying to finish. So at this stage of the game, they're little. And we counted them when we took them out of the boxes. So we compared to their count. They had exact count on the stickers. And we ended up with 434 birds total. Okay, so at this point, that's the count that we trust. And we don't come in here and try to count them. Okay, so me having some birds outdoors unaccounted for inside is kind of a problem, because I don't have a way really to double check, like if some random number of birds gets out, do we get them all collected and get them back in? Because I'm going with the count that we took at move-in. If we went in here and tried to count the birds in this flock, like just standing in their pen with them loose and running random, it would be almost impossible to get an accurate count of them. So in this instance, I'm just going to have to trust that as I inspect around back here and look behind the doors and get the birds, I'm going to have to trust that I get them all. We wish that Gus would not be doing this, but look how happy this dog is. So that's chicken bedding from a previous flock that we've aerated by just turning with a pitchfork frequently since that flock has left, and let it dry out and air out and break down, and it's actually going to be able to be utilized again. But in the meantime, you can see that it makes the dog very happy to roll in it. And he's one of these little dogs that he's half Bichon Frise, half Shih Tzu. So he gets haircuts every so often because he doesn't shed. So he's one of these dogs that, like, all the shavings just sticks to him. So that's just all stuck in his fur now. So he's going to have some brushing and cleaning before he goes back in the house. But he's one of our house dogs. But let's try to get, I know we've spent some time looking at the chicks and talking about them just because they're so, oh, let me find some chicks, so stinking cute. But we're still on our first 50 pounds of feed. We're filling waters. There's 11 waters in there. So at any given time, there's 11 gallon of water capacity available to them. We're filling those about twice a day. Okay, so they're consuming quite a bit of water. We've just got, I think, about 11 of these feeder trays we're keeping in there. We'll eventually put the lids on them here in a few days. These trays have lids. I can show those to you right there. Okay, we just have them hung up for right now. But so we're letting them eat down the contents of the feeders. Okay, now Gus is back here. He'll probably be interested. I'm way in. I need to zoom out, but Gus, no. Okay, I need to zoom out. But now Gus is back here. He's way interested in the chickies. Okay, but we're gonna start to try to get the chickens. And I'm not, so Gus is like sniffing in there. He saw the opening where they're getting out. So I'm not real sure if they're gonna be like real receptive to this. And we generally don't keep these shipping boxes for very long, but we just happen to still have them. Okay, so we're just gonna, yes, we're gonna need it in the box for now. Woo. Okay, so just gentle. We don't handle the chicks any more than we have to. Oh, I didn't commit, did I? In this case, we need to handle the chickies. I've got one there, apparently. Yeah, so they're wise to that opening now. So we don't handle them a lot. Here's one here. It's okay, Chickie. We don't handle them a lot because we don't want to stress them. And after they start to grow their feathers in, which they're not quite yet growing all their feathers in, but after they start to grow more of their feathers in, we don't like to handle them because we don't want to disturb the feathering and create a wound. Because chickens, oh, I'll come back to that one. Now, Gus, you have to be nice to the chickens, you know. But chickens, if they see their flock mates have a wound, they're kind of cannibalistic about that, and they'll pick at the wound, and they can actually end up further wounding or killing. This one's really small. I feel like it's a runt. Not surprised that it got out of the little opening. So, guys, so we probably are, we probably are stressing these chicks to some extent, but we also need to pick the chicks up and get them back into their place, okay? So before we leave the area, we want to look and see if we missed any. So I need to peek behind the doorway. At the moment, I don't see any. Gus is like, thinks he's standing sentinel there, okay? So, hey y'all. We've got some visitors. Gus is going to come around there. We've got some visitors, so we're going to wrap our video up. But we've rescued the chicks. They're in a box, and I'm going to take them back around. And so we'll release these chickies into their pen. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we did at one point count 9, but I think it could have gone back into the pen. So thanks for joining us at our YouTube channel, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. Join us again, and we'll keep you updated on this vlog from start to finish.